do that. Why do you always say he could have had 6? What if Adam Vinatieri misses those field goals?
All right, but he set up those field goals. He did what he could do to set up that field goal. But if Adam
Vinatieri doesn't cash him in, Skip, we've seen that.
Okay. So the point is, we also forget that just a year ago in the AFC Championship game, he brought the Patriots, albeit at home, back from 20-10 down in the fourth quarter to Saxonville, remember, with 138 yards passing and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That was the AFC Championship game. And then we just watched him at Kansas City in the AFC Championship game bring this team from behind again and again in the fourth quarter, and then in overtime complete 3 straight 3rd and 10 passes. It's just impossible what he pulled off at Kansas City to win that game with a game-winning drive. So that's not counting, obviously, in his Super Bowl ring drives. And so for his postseason career, he has 12 game-winning drives. That's twice as many as the second player on that list, who happens to be the quarterback who threw passes to you. John Elway has 6. So he had 6 in his career. Tom Brady has 12. And, you know, just me, I wouldn't bet against him to have another one this Super Bowl Sunday.
Right.
And by the way, I don't think he's anywhere near finished, so he could keep adding to that list at age 42, 3, 4, and maybe 5.
But see, Skip, you give him far too much credit because you make it seem like he's playing offense and defense. Yeah, you have to have those game-winning drives, but you don't give the defense any credit. They shut after they went down 28-3. Coach Belichick's defense.
Okay, I do, but it's still the quarterback has to keep making the decisions and the clutch throws to pull you out of the fire.
But you see again. See what you did? Okay, why didn't he do that last year against the Eagles?
Well, he only threw for the all-time playoff record, 505 yards.
And what did he get him? Because Coach Belichick's defense couldn't hold up.
Couldn't hold up. It gave up 41 points. It was a disaster.
Okay, see, it was a...
I mean, you can only do so much. If you score 33, you should win a Super Bowl game. And by the way, that was the most points a Super Bowl loser has ever scored. So that goes on your resume.
In Tom Brady's before last year, in Tom Brady's previous 7 Super Bowls, how many points had Tom Brady scored in the first quarter?
I don't even care. He's got 5 rings.
I'm just asking you. Hold on.
Who cares? That's just like nitpicky. Is that all you got?
Hold on.
Seriously?
Hold on. You keep telling me.
I mean, that's beneath you.
How is it beneath me? He's got 0 points. So what's he doing, Skip?
It's lame. It doesn't matter who won the games.
Okay.
It's 4 quarters.
Well, I don't want to hear anything about how lucky David Tyree. Who won the game? I don't want to hear nothing about 505. Who won the game?
What happened the first time Tom Brady touched the football against the Chargers this year? What happened the first time he touched the ball against Kansas City this year? What happened? Boom happened. Boom.
Hold on. Are we doing? You were doing Super Bowls.
Remember, Coach Belichick has been like infamous for winning the toss and deferring and taking the ball out of the GOAT's hands.
Okay, what did he do against that first possession against Tennessee?
Let's go back before we run out of time, because
we got plenty of time. We
don't have plenty of time. We got to go back to your man, LeBron James. Too many failures are already on his resume for you to even hold a candle in this discussion to Tom Brady, because do I need to remind you that back in 2011, he suffered the worst superstar meltdown we have ever witnessed in the history of sports in the NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks? It's just unquestionable. The chosen one turned into the frozen one. Remember that?
Was it worse than that
Games
one that
4,
Tom
5,
Brady
and
against
6?
Baltimore?
Against Baltimore?
Yeah. Opening round?
This is the NBA Finals. And let me continue. No, well, he's got 5 rings. Yeah, he's had some. That's not a failure. He's lost games. This is the all-time. Shannon, this was the all-time embarrassment.
Skip.
It was the all-time humiliation.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like it.
Okay,
He just froze up.
Okay, how about this?
Wait. I'm just getting started here. How about Game 6 of the 2013 Finals, when down the stretch, LeBron James, I can go back and show you in the play-by-play, he had 3 shockingly uncharacteristic, unforced error turnovers.
Did they win the game?
3
Did
in a
they
row.
win the game? That should be beneath you, Skip.
With 5 seconds left in the game.
Did they win?
Timeout. I'm not finished yet. With 5 seconds left, LeBron James took the 3 to send it to overtime and bricked it so badly it was bounding, long rebound out. And you know what happened? Ray Allen hit the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen in pro basketball to send it to overtime.
So only LeBron
he saved LeBron's legacy.
Only LeBron can't have teammates.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that just saved your legacy, because that wasn't a call play. That wasn't anything anybody discussed in the huddle. LeBron took the shot.
Malcolm Butler saved Tom Brady. But I want to know one thing.
Speaking of overtimes, what did we just witness last NBA Finals? LeBron James had, I thought, his greatest ever Finals game up to a point, and things went wrong in the final possession.
Things went wrong.
Well, mostly because LeBron James had Steph Curry on him and should have just pulled up and taken the jump shot to win the game. Just take it to win or lose. Win or go home on this game. This is game one. You can steal it at Oracle. And it all went wrong. And LeBron James went to the sideline huddle and sat about 10 feet away from his teammates.
No, he didn't. He sat right there next to...
He pouted. And he pouted. And he went into his shell. And he refused to shoot the basketball in the first 2.5 minutes of overtime. And they fell behind by 7 points. And that was the end of that deal. And then LeBron had the audacity at the end of the Finals to come out wearing a soft cast on his hand, saying he broke his hand after that game hitting the blackboard. Again, overtimes, Tom Brady owns overtime. LeBron James, not so much.
Okay.
So we're talking about winners' intangibles. There's no doubting LeBron's ability. It's all time.
That's something you can't. So I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. In Tom Brady's first playoff, in the run-up to the Super Bowl, he threw 1 touchdown the entire round of the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. First year of starting. Yeah.
What I got to do with anything?
It was 2001. It's a long time. We're in 2019.
That's my point, Skip. You see how that works? So let me ask you a question.
Well,
if they lose that game.
Well, what was 2011 for LeBron? How many years had he been in the league? Was that 8th year? 7th? He was 2004?
But here's the thing. If they win that series, are we talking about it? You see, what happens, sometimes your teammates bail you out. You play bad, your teammates bail you out, and it's all forgotten. Tom Brady's teammates bailed him out. Adam Vinatieri cooked a 48-yard field goal, walk-off, good night, everybody. Tom Brady's the hero. He threw for 141 yards, Skip. Let's not pretend like he threw for 444 in the first Super Bowl.
Okay, he was just a game manager. It's his first year starting, and they did have a really good defense then, and not so much now, because we have seen that defense dwindle over the last 5 years to a point that it allowed 41 points in the last Super Bowl, and I'm not going to be shocked if the Rams score 30-something in this Super Bowl.
But hold on. But they're not getting blowed out in the first quarter because the Patriots' offense have yet to score 3 points in 8 Super Bowls in the first quarter. So is Tom Brady at the quarterback then, or are they playing somebody else in there? I just need to know why. You won't explain that.
Did Belichick defer when he won those tosses? Go look it up.
So is the team keeping the ball the entire first quarter?
Come on, that's just lame. So we're back.
How's it lame?
It's just lame.
You want to give him credit for everything else, but you don't.
He's won 5 rings with 5 game-winning drives. It's unheard of. No, it's almost inhuman. It's impossible.
But see, you don't want to find any fault. You can't explain why they're not scoring points in the first quarter.
I can't explain because I don't care. It's irrelevant.
So all you care about the end result.
Yeah.
Okay, LeBron. Okay, then.
You want to talk about computer brain?
So why
he is going to figure you out. He usually doesn't have the weapons the opposing team does, so he has to figure you out. He will process what you're doing, and it might take him a little bit of time.
So he's the only quarterback that can figure out a defense.
Well, he's up there. He and Peyton are the 2 best. Yeah.
So what about Joe?
Yeah. No, they didn't. They did West Coast. It's just reads. It's just reads. Bing, bing, bing. 1, 2, 3. Open, not open, open.
So what's Tom Brady doing? No. Open, not open, go to else. Oh, come on, Skip, now.
No, he's just figuring out where your weakness is.
Stop it, Skip. That's the whole objective of playing quarterback. Find the weakness in the defense.
So can you see how offensive this headline is?
No.
Tom Brady shares one trait with LeBron, competitiveness. That's a joke, and that's not what this story is about. I'm not trying to crush the headline writer here, but that's just the wrong takeaway from this, because LeBron's not in the same breath with Tom Brady when it comes to competitiveness. It's just, it's clutch intangibles. It's when you are at your sheer greatest, when the stakes are at the very highest. And we have seen LeBron, is he not a late game free throw disaster? It's just not what he does. It's not part of his makeup. This guy, the higher the stakes, the bigger the moment, the later the game, the better he is. And he's always been that way.
So competitiveness and clutchness are the same thing.
Well, they go hand in hand, but what takes it off the charts
so if that's
is
the
late
case,
game clutch intangibles.
So if that's the case, Robert Horry might be the most competitive guy in NBA history. Because has anybody hit more big shots in the playoff than Robert Horry? So he's the most competitive player ever, then, is what you're saying.
Are you saying he's better than LeBron? I wouldn't say that.
I'm saying he's better than Jordan, if that's what you're basing it on.
So here's the final quote from Tom Brady from yesterday that we didn't quite get to when we showed the soundbite was This is Psycho Tom. I told you, he's got an alter ego, which is actually his most authentic ego. The real Tom Brady, underneath all the aw shucks gee whiz, is Psycho Tom. And he said, I was a very poor sport growing up. I just remember losing and taking the remote and slamming it down over and over. If my kids did that today, I would not be happy. I remember punching a hole in the wall of our house. His dad let him get away with it because his dad liked it. He pushed it, and it's what drives this guy. He can't jump. He can't. He doesn't have. He's not 6'9", 260. But you want to put him in a situation. Just put him in the situation playing the hardest position in sports with the highest stakes, and watch him operate. We've never seen anything like him before.
This is the problem.
So LeBron doesn't belong in the same sentence intangibly with this guy.
This is the problem that I have when people try to explain Tom Brady, mainly you, because you try to make things only unique to Tom. What great player wasn't a poor sport when they lost him?
That's fine. I'm just saying, you can't process, you can't get it through your skull. How can he do this when he's so unathletic? It's because of the intangibles. It's because of the mind, the strength of will. He's got it.
Hell, I see a lot of baseball players. They're like, how the hell you do that and look at your body?
Yeah, but that's hand-eye coordination that's off the charts.
Yeah.
There are very few people who can do that and hit a baseball. Very few, okay?
If your stomach is covering the plate, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, it just doesn't matter. That's a whole nother athletic aspiration. That's a different thing that we're talking about.
But stop pretending that being a poor sport as you're growing up and hating to lose.
It's just who he is. It's that guy who walked in and said, I'm the baddest thing on the planet.
You know what? I'd like to interview 1,000 parents of players currently playing and in the past and see what their kid was like as a child. Did they enjoy losing? And I'm going to see how many of them like, oh, okay, I lost. Okay, I'm so happy with that. Come on, Skip.
I don't think either of you guys really would fit into that category.
No.
Or
of what?
Of being a poor loser.
Well, he used to it now. He immune to losing.
Competitiveness.
He immune to losing, Jenny. After you lose so long, after you lose so much, you're immune to it. I done beat him down for the better part of almost 3 years.
The audience
he used
knows
to it.
I just won another one.
No, you didn't.
All right. If we only had time to keep going there, we're going to leave it for now because there are so many rumors surrounding Anthony Davis, where he may be going.